The month of May has just begun, but the universe already has a lot in store for us this month. A series of astronomical treats, planetary close approaches, meteors, and even a few special events with the moon. Not to mention the fact that the Milky Way core is slowly rising as the month goes on. Oh, you'll be able to see that too. The new May moon takes place on May 30th, which is another great night for seeing the darkest skies possible this month, which is another treat for us. May 6, peak of the Eta-acquired meteor shower. This month, sky watchers have an opportunity to catch two meteor showers. The first one is Eta-acquired meteor shower, which peaks on May 6th. This is a better show for Earthlings near the equator since the constellation Aquarius, which serves as a meteor shower's radiant point, will be fairly low in the southern sky. The Eta-acquareds typically produce about 40 meteors per hour, a fine way to kick off the month of May. The best viewing time will be between late April and early May. The exact date depends on your location, but a waning crescent moon won't cause much interference. May 8, peak of the Eta-Lyrid meteor shower. The Eta-Lyrid meteor shower runs from May 3rd to May 14th each year, but in 2022, the night of peak activity is likely to occur on May 8th. On this night, you can look in the general direction of the radiant point in the constellation Lyra to try and spot Eta-Lyrids streaking across the sky. While the Eta-Lyrids are not a particularly active meteor shower, it's possible to try and see these meteors both pre-dawn on the 8th and that evening too. May 15 to 16, total lunar eclipse. One of the top astronomy events of 2022 will be visible in the sky over North America in the middle of May, as the Sun, Earth, and Moon align to create a total lunar eclipse. On Sunday night, May 15, into the Monday morning, May 16, the moon will pass through Earth's shadow to cast a reddish glow on it. The event does not require any special equipment to see, just cloud-free conditions. The start of the eclipse will not be visible along the west coast, but the moon will rise in time for residents from Seattle to San Diego to see the best part of the eclipse, when the moon takes on an unusual color. A second total lunar eclipse will be visible from North America in November, giving people another opportunity to see an impressive lunar eclipse in 2022. May 17, conjunction of Mars and Neptune. After the lunar eclipse mid-month, the rest of the astronomical events of note in May involve conjunctions and close visual approaches between various members of the solar system family. The first of these events is a conjunction between Mars and Neptune on the night of May 17th. This conjunction is notable because it allows you to use Mars as a stepping stone to planet hop to Neptune. You'll need binoculars or a telescope to do so though. The two planets will appear quite close together in the sky, just 34 degrees apart. If you are using astronomical binoculars, you may need to adjust your telescope to shift from Mars to Neptune, depending on the power of your scope. May 21, conjunction of the Moon and Saturn. Next, the Moon and Saturn will have a close visual approach on May 21st to 22nd. While you won't be able to see the two bodies as closely together as you could see Mars and Neptune a few nights ago, they'll still be within 5 degrees of one another. The waning gibbous moon will be at its third quarter phase, and nice for observing before you turn your attention to Saturn and its lovely rings. May 24, conjunction of the Moon, Mars, and Jupiter. The next celestial highlight is when the Moon approaches Mars and Jupiter. The first close approach, between the Moon and Mars will take place during the daylight hours for most viewers. But they should still appear near each other at night by the time the sun goes down. A few hours later, the Moon appears close to bright Jupiter, just a few degrees apart. May 27. Lunar Occultation of Venus. On the night of May 27, observers in Southeast Asia will enjoy a special treat. From about midnight to 5:30 on May 27th, a lunar occultation of Venus will be visible for those with clear skies and an unobstructed view of the horizon. Observers in the other parts of the world can watch the two objects come close together in the sky, but the occultation itself will not be visible from most locations outside of Southeast Asia. May 28. Conjunction of Mars and Jupiter. Finally, after having separate close visual approaches with the Moon a few nights earlier, Mars and Jupiter will have their own close approach on May 28th. The pair will appear just a few degrees apart in the night sky, closer than Mars and Neptune appeared earlier in the month after sunset. No telescope is required to see Jupiter and Mars, but they will be so close that they will be in the same field of view when zooming in with a telescope or a pair of binoculars. It's truly amazing how after the last month's celestial parade, the universe still has a lot of entertainment to offer. Let us know which one you want to know about next, and we shall see you then.